Hey everyone, and welcome back to another pregnancy vlog. I am now 32 weeks and 5 days pregnant. So it's been a while since I've made a pregnancy update, and the reason for that is we are in the new house. So we have been crazy busy with moving, unpacking, cleaning, and then today's Monday, and on Saturday my kids were in they were a flower girl and ring bearer in Thomas's cousin's wedding. So we had all that going on. So we've been so busy, so I apologize that I haven't been sticking to making my videos, but hopefully we're moved, we're pretty much settled in and unpacked, so hopefully from here on out I shouldn't have to miss any more pregnancy vlogs. So let's hope that nothing crazy happens and I have to miss another one, but we've just been really busy. And as you can see, I got my hair completely chopped off. I mean, it was down to like here before, so I got a ton cut off. I'm like, cut it off. I don't want it touching my shoulders. I just want it, you know, I want it a lot shorter. And the lady didn't really do what I asked her to do with it. I asked, you know, for like a stacked bob with the sides to be longer than the back, but it's kind of all like one length, which wasn't really what I was going for, but whatever. It is what it is, but it just feels so much healthier than it was, so that's good. Coralie also got her first haircut the same day I got mine cut, so that was really exciting. She's never had a haircut. She'll be 4 in October, and it was her very first haircut, so they didn't take off very much. They just took off the dead ends, but still, it was her very first haircut. We are loving the new house. I'm sitting in our family room right now, and it's like the whole room is windows, so it's really awesome because I have really nice natural lighting, which is really exciting, something I definitely didn't have in the apartment. We still technically have the apartment for a few more days, so we are doing the finishing touches, like cleaning it up and before we turn the keys in there. So it's just so funny to go back to the apartment and look around with it being all empty, because it's just kind of amazing that we all lived in such a small space compared to this place, because this place is way bigger than our apartment was. So it's funny to go back and see how small of a space that we did live in. So when we moved into this house, it was completely it had not been cleaned. So when we did the final...
So Mom worked really hard to clean it. And I think she's really good. I eat ice cream.
Okay, move guys, move out of the way. Turn that volume off for a second. I'm almost done, Jaden. So when we did our final walkthrough of this house before we decided to sign the lease and put down our deposit and all of that, the leasing agent reassured us that they were going to clean the house first before we moved in. Had cleaners come out to clean it. Well, when we went to sign the lease, we were told that no one had been out to clean it yet, and that they would give us a rent credit since we had to clean it ourselves, which was no big deal. I didn't think that it was going to be that much work, but oh my gosh, I did not know what I was like setting myself up for once we actually got in here. The kitchen was absolutely disgusting. The cabinets, I can't even describe to you how nasty the cabinets were and how thick the grime and grease was on those cabinets, inside and out. It was so disgusting. It took me an entire day to like hand scrub each one, and around like the molding and the edges and stuff, I had to like literally use my thumbnail to like dig it out. It was terrible. But luckily I was able to get it all cleaned up, and I thought that we were gonna have to paint the cabinets because I thought they were in a lot worse shape than they actually are. But turns out they were just extremely dirty. And same thing with the tile. There's tile in the kitchen and in the hallway that leads to the family room, and there's tile in the 2 bathrooms. I had to hand scrub those, like each square, like on my hands and knees, you know, 8 months pregnant, scrubbing. But I got them really clean, so I'm really proud of myself for that. So it took a lot of work, but now 2 weeks in, we're able to like kind of slow down and just start enjoying living here, which has been really nice. I will say it's definitely a lot more work to keep a house this size clean as opposed to my little teeny tiny apartment. I'm like a clean freak, so I'm used to like vacuuming and sweeping and mopping almost every day, and it's just completely impossible to do all of that in one day here, because it literally takes me probably about 4 hours to do everything. To dust, to wipe things down, to sweep, to vacuum, to mop. So it's just definitely not happening every day. So I'm trying my best to keep up with it because I definitely like a very clean home. So it's been fun adjusting to that. We still have like a lot of, I'll eventually show kind of what, I took some video before we moved in, so I have some like before footage, and then I will show you guys around kind of what it looks like now. We still have like a lot of empty space that we need to buy furniture for, but it's just gonna be a really slow process. And I was telling Thomas, like when you move, you just want to start over fresh with everything. Like I wanted new dishes and new dish towels and new washcloths and just new everything. I just wanted a new start, new bedding and everything. So all that stuff is so expensive. So it's just gonna be a work in progress, and I just need to accept that it's not gonna be perfectly furnished, perfectly decorated overnight. It is gonna take a lot of time because, you know, decorating and buying furniture and all of that costs a lot of money, and we have a baby on the way. So I'm looking forward to seeing kind of what this place looks like a year from now, like after we've had time to completely furnish it and decorate it. So I'm excited. So we did all that. We had the wedding, and the kids were just so cute. Coralie, they were so darn cute. When Coralie went down the aisle at the wedding, she didn't throw her flower petals. So Jaden, as they were walking down the aisle, Jaden's like trying to encourage her, like, you can do it. Throw your flower petals on the floor. Like he was trying to like give her a pep talk, like as they're walking. So everybody at the ceremony thought that was just adorable, and everyone was talking about it. So that was really cute. And then once they didn't make the kids stand during the entire ceremony. So like once they walked up, they were able to come back and sit down with us. We were in the front row, and I grabbed Coralie. First thing she said to me was, "Mommy, I didn't throw my flower petals yet." It was so cute. So they had a lot of fun doing that. And as far as the pregnancy goes, I'm just keep on keeping on. I had an appointment last week. Everything looked good. I was 164. And I started the pregnancy at 145, so I'm at a total of 19 pounds gained this pregnancy, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I do have, 8 weeks to go. If I can keep it to 25 pounds, oh my gosh, I would be so excited. So we'll see. We'll see how I do. I've just been really like looking at pictures of myself right now and looking at myself in the mirror. And I had to go wedding clothes shopping for this wedding, and it was just completely traumatizing. Going to try on clothes while you're pregnant it's traumatizing. That's the only thing I can say. It was horrible because I just felt fat and frumpy in everything that I put on. And they've got all those the flowy, sheer pregnancy dresses. But those dresses are that material where it just like shows every single imperfection and lump and cellulite that you have. So it just looked horrible. Like, it didn't really look that bad from the front side, but then from the back side it just was not cute. So that was kind of traumatizing. So yeah, I'm ready to have this baby and really start working out and losing weight. At our new place, we have a fenced-in yard in the back. Okay, so we're gonna have her in the video. So, anyways, this place sat empty for quite a while, so the backyard kind of wasn't maintained or anything. So we've been working on cutting the overgrowth off the fence. Well, I didn't realize that there was poison ivy out there. So I'm out there in a t-shirt, bare hands, dragging limbs as Thomas cut them down, and overgrowth, and turns out some of it was poison ivy, and I've got poison ivy everywhere. I have it on my hands, my arms, my face, my stomach, my legs. It's just everywhere, and it seems like every day I find a new patch of it everywhere. So it's just been completely miserable. And I was really feeling down and depressed there for a while because I got some red spots on my side and then right on my belly button. And I didn't know it was poison ivy at the time, and I thought they were stretch marks. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, are you serious? I'm getting stretch marks. It made me feel so bad because I felt like, oh no, I must be gaining weight too fast if I'm getting stretch marks, because I didn't get a single new stretch mark with Coralite's pregnancy. All of my stretch marks came from Jaden's pregnancy. So although I know in reality it doesn't really matter if I get any more stretch marks because I have so many already, like literally I'm covered in stretch marks, but they're silver, they're not red. And just the thought of having brand new red stretch marks like really depressed me, and I felt really bad. And I was like, I usually have a cup of coffee in the morning, just like one of those little tiny coffee mugs, and I only have like this much coffee in it and the rest is creamer because I drink a ton of creamer in it. And I was just thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to give up my coffee. Like, anywhere I can cut calories, I'm gonna have to cut it out. So I was like, I'm not gonna drink my coffee anymore with my creamer in it. I'm not gonna eat any ice cream or popsicles or any of this stuff. I'm gonna try and make sure I'm exercising every day, because I thought I was like gaining weight, and that's what was giving me stretch marks. Like, I went out and I got some of that cocoa butter, tummy butter stuff, and some vitamin E oil, and I've been like twice a day slathering my stomach and hips with that. Just like so obsessed over these. But after further investigation, after a few days, I realized that they didn't look like stretch marks at all. And it turns out, I'm thinking it's poison ivy patches. So, and they have been itching like crazy. I'm like, I don't remember my stretch marks itching this bad with Jaden's pregnancy. So thankfully they are just poison ivy. And I've had it for like a week now, and it's like not going away. Like, I'm still finding new patches. So that's been fun. But other than that, I asked the doctor about like my really, really sore ab muscles, and I told him like how badly it hurt me when he was palpating my, and how bad it hurts sometimes when she moves up here. And he said it's probably has to do with nerve endings, and the nerves and everything making the muscles hypersensitive. So who knew? Like, I thought it was maybe I was bruised from the inside, or I ripped something while exercising, but he said it's probably nerve related, which was interesting to find out, but can't really do anything about it. I just got to deal with it. But luckily it's not really been too bad this week. Other symptoms go, the heat is killing me. I don't like to be outside. I don't like to be hot. I don't like to be in the humid weather. Let me think what else. But other than that, no really any new symptoms. My heartburn gets really bad some days. But other than that, not really anything else to report on. Our babysitter, our good friend who watches Coralie while we work, she lent me a baby swing and some cloth diapers and a baby bathtub. So that was really, really nice. So that's some things that we don't have to get because we haven't really bought much of anything for this baby yet. So we have definitely got to start getting the rest of the things that we need together, because here in a few days I'll be able to say that we're having a baby next month, which is a little scary, a little crazy. So I will do a belly shot and that will be it for week 32. Okay. All right, so here I am from the front. Here I am from the side. And I don't know if you can see the red, but it is it's poison ivy, I'm hoping. And then I've got it on the side really bad here, patch, which hasn't been fun, and it itches so bad. Whew. That was me sucking in. All right, if you have any questions, please leave them below. And other than that, I'll see you guys next week. Bye.